hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you could get that thing whenever I upload a new video. So today, I want to talk about modesty, and I want to talk about why men are so concerned with women's body count. Like, why are they so obsessed with how many men you've been with before them? I really want to delve deep into that. And this is, as usual, going to be more so of an open discussion. I really want to know. And we'll see if we can actually have this conversation without the men that love to come in our chat and join our conversations just immediately resorting to calling me bitter, angry, trying to shame me for being a baby mother. And, y'all know the tactics. Y'all already know what it is that they do. They call me angry, they call me bitter, and they try to shame me for being a baby mother. Which is crazy because those of you who know why it is so crazy for them to try to shame me for being a baby mother. What's up, Cynthia Tademi? Am I on TikTok? No, I'm on YouTube. It's okay. Oh, it's not for children, but have fun playing basketball. Oh, they're so cute. Beautiful seeing you on the gram today. You look fire. Thank you. Thanks, boo. So y'all already know that, and I'm glad you brought up what I had on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, because y'all need to follow me on TikTok so you can check out some of the things that I have posted in my TikTok shop, which is so cute. Like, I have more things on the way that I just know that you guys will enjoy. I have a cute couple of tracksuits that's on the way, and just a couple of other things. But I really, so the dress, already bought the makeup. Oh, okay. Al, you lit. That's what I'm talking about. Did you get it from my TikTok link? Because I'm working for commission. And if so, shouts out to you. Either way, shouts out to you, because I really did enjoy the products that I showed you guys today and that I've been using. So we about to go over to one of my favorite spots so I can take my shoes off. You did, Al, Cynthia, thank you for the support, babe. I appreciate you. All right, because y'all know I like to ground. And I'm gonna take my Crocs off. And plus, I love the scenery back here. It's so beautiful. What's up, DH? Eduardo said, damn, you fine, girl, and you know it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I need to be out in nature. It just makes me feel better. Like I told y'all, I done had a couple things I was recalled and haven't been feeling 100% my best self, but we in a building. And walking on the earth, I'm so ashy, y'all. I'm so ashy. I don't even want to show y'all. I'm so ashy. But the dress, okay? So, thank you, DH. Let me pin that. So, the dress that I had on, someone left a comment, because I had posted it as a shorts on a YouTube, and I also posted it on my Instagram. And someone said, do you have no shame? And I'm like, why should I have shame for wearing a little black dress? Like, granted, the girls were on full display, the sides were cut out, the back was out, but the dress was a fire dress nonetheless. And ultimately, the dress is a viral dress. Like, so I'm not the only woman that wants to wear that dress or that bought that dress. And y'all already know that I'm in a TikTok shop, and it just made me wonder, like, why does this man feel like I need to be ashamed? And then I had on another dress that I have in my TikTok shop. It was the zebra printed one, even though I said I felt like a lioness. Mia was like, it's giving more of like prey. Like, yeah, but that dress also made me feel really beautiful and sexy and, just like lit. So another man came and said, oh, I'm no better than a streetwalker. And I was like, wow. So I have on this hot dress that's floor length. Yeah, it does, have a little bit of this area out. And to me, I think it's very sexy, but I also feel like it's classy. It didn't come across trashy. And even if people did think it was trashy, me personally, I don't feel like I look like a streetwalker. I feel like I look like a hot woman that's beautiful, that has a nice figure, that is just able to wear certain things because of my body type. Don't forget size girls. Of course. Well, so as far as the TikTok shop goes, I can only promote things that has my size as well because I make, videos for it. But everything that I promote on there won't only be clothing, and I will keep that in mind to look. But once I like, with my merch and stuff, the shirts go up to bigger sizes and I will have tanks and leggings and stuff on my merchandise shop very, very soon because it's, we're in the summer solstice now. Oh, when does summer is on the 21st, right? So like legit at the beginning of the summer solstice, I will have new items for summer in my merch shop. Shop my merch shop. It's Hey Love Bugs on spring.com, teespring.com. And you'll always find the links to everything in my description box. Or if you just click on my channel, you'll see like, my links. And I gotta update my link tree. I have a lot of things that I need to update. I believe it's in my link tree. I gotta start posting my link tree. Anyways, so the man called me a streetwalker for wearing that beautiful, hot, sexy, zebra printed, animal printed, black and white dress. And then I got asked if I had no shame because of the black dress that I had on today that, I was promoting for my TikTok shop. And men have this whole idea about modesty that they try to force and impose upon women, when in reality, melanin rich women, if we were closer to the equator, we wouldn't be fully clothed. We just wouldn't. Indigenous folk are not running around here with turtlenecks and moccasins. Like it just don't give that. It doesn't give dressed up to the neck, especially when it's hotter outside. And I'm not here to say that anyone isn't entitled or that everyone isn't entitled to what they think is appropriate or not, because you're entitled to that. However, don't try to impose what you think is appropriate or not onto me. And men usually do this because they can't control themselves. There was this video that I saw of this ugly man, and y'all know I don't use that term a lot, so he had to be very ugly. This ugly, like the man was so scary, he looked like a spook. Like if I saw him in the street, I probably would run and scream and hide. And his niece, she did have on some scantily clad stuff. She had on like some little shorts that honestly look like the underwears that I'm wearing now because I have on like a some shorts type of panties, briefs type of underwear. TMI. But she had them on and they probably were a little longer, and she had on like a tank top, like a I think it was like a wife beater tank top, and it looked like it was tied up. And she was walking and her uncle was like, "Oh, don't come around me like that." And she was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Cause I ain't have no pussy in a long time." Her uncle was saying this to her. Like, he like, "Oh, I ain't have nothing in a long time." She like, "What? Why would you say that to me? Like, I'm your niece." Then she was like, I'm a bring somebody over here so you could get you some." And he was like, "Yeah, she got to have a fat ass like yours." And this is a uncle talking to his niece. So, regardless of what she was wearing, that was extremely fucking disgusting and inappropriate. And the reason why men are always getting on women about what it is that they're wearing is because they can't control themselves. A lot of men, not all, because there are some men who do have self control. Shouts out and salutes to men who do have decorum, who have some class, who is not just out here running amok and acting like a wild, savage animal. However, on the flip side of that, there's lots of men that cannot control themselves. And because they lack self control, they blame women for it, you know? Because, like I said, in indigenous tribes, there's tribes around the world right now that has not been touched by the outside world, especially the Western world, and they're all naked. They're in their primal state. You go to certain places in Africa, the women are naked. Like everybody's naked. You might have a little loincloth or whatever to cover your regions down here, but they're in the sun. They're in the forest, they're in the jungle. Like they don't have on big heavy coats. They don't have on a nun's outfit from top to bottom. And then I'll also say this, people say, "Oh, you got to be mindful of what you wear because it makes people treat you a certain way." Multiple things can be true at the same time, because we do live in a society and there's societal standards and societal norms, and we categorize people based off of how they look, even though, sometimes we're not even hitting the mark when it comes to how we categorize and judge people based off of how they look. It may not always be who they actually are. I get it. I'm not going to sit up here and make it seem like I have absolutely no idea why people would think, because a woman is out with a G string on and, she's standing on a corner, that while a person would assume that she's a prostitute. Like, come on. Or if a person is wearing a hijab, why would someone assume that's Muslim? I get it. However, there's women that are, speaking of hijabs, there are women that are Muslim that's brutalized. We talk about this all the time: brutalized, raped, assaulted, and all you can see is their eyes. So is it really what you're wearing thing, or is it a man doesn't know how to control himself thing? And instead of addressing the actual problem, we shifted the blame onto women, to something that we are prone to doing in this society and culturally, especially in our culture. We absolve men of any blame and of any accountability. We don't hold them accountable. We just say it's a nature thing when it comes to men. And I feel like that logic is so extremely flawed because of what I just mentioned with the women in the Middle East, where you can only see their eyes and they are brutalized, gang raped. And then there's men that raped a lizard, y'all. A fucking endangered lizard was brutally raped in the Middle East by a gang of men. There was an orangutan, a monkey, y'all, a monkey that was brutally gang raped day in and day out by men, a monkey. There's farms that are sheep, sex farms, where men go and they have sex with sheep. So there's men that in they can't work in a morgue because they are graping corpses. Is y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And what about all of the children that are molested? So that is a flawed logic when people try to say it's because you're wearing leggings, it's because you got on a tank top. When men are out here brutalizing animals, legit animals, dogs, sheep, lizards, monkeys, apes, it's flawed. The root of that is the men who do that. And it is a psyche of men. And I came across this video today with this guy. Y'all have to check him out on TikTok. He's really good. His name is you don't want to know this. It's true. His name is what's his name on TikTok? The Public Offender on TikTok. Everybody up in here, do me a favor, hit the like button. It's three dots at the top of the screen. Press it and hit the thumbs up for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Subscribe. And he does these lives all the time, right? And they're so informative because he allowed men to come up on the panel and like basically give their one twos on, things as it pertains to relationships and women. And he really honestly puts on for women. And I don't even think that he's pandering, because a lot of the things that he says is absolutely true. And he's a married man with children. Of course, I don't think his wife is black. That's usually how that goes, but child, it's neither here nor there. Oh, you know who he is, lady? Yes, he's really dope. So he did this live, and a guy called in, a guy that was like 28, 30, somewhere around there. And he said that he was attracted to his 77-year-old godmother. He said he was attracted to her, and you know, he felt the vibe with her because of how she treated him and how she made him feel and how she made him feel like a man, and he was attracted to her. 77-year-old godmother. Now, he said when he was 15, the godmother's husband accused him of doing something sexual with her but he never did. Now, if that's the case, then if the godmother was doing anything inappropriate, then she's a predator. However, if that is not the case, this man, see, it doesn't matter. A 77-year-old woman is not walking around. I would not think the average 77-year-old woman is not walking around, with a freakum dress on. My point is the whole what you're wearing, what you're doing is flawed. I get it, but it's flawed. It's flawed. And if it's just the nature of a man, then the nature of the man needs to be checked. The psyche of the man needs to be checked. Is y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Which brings me to this whole talk of, I saw this clip where these men, and not even just a clip, this something happened to me in person in real life when I was in Dallas last May. This guy was like, "Oh, a woman that had a lot of bodies is a whore. She's a hoe. She's used goods. Don't nobody want a woman that everybody done been with." And I'm just like, once again, I get, I'm following. I'm like, okay, maybe you don't want a hoe. You don't want anyone that's like super promiscuous. You don't want a woman that's, always out, like sleeping around. Like, I don't think I wouldn't. Who wants that? You get what I'm saying? But then the conversation got weird to me when the guy was like, she can't have more than 5 bodies. And this man is in his 40s. And I'm like, you don't want a woman with a grown woman with more than 5 bodies? That's unrealistic if you're a man in your 40s. And then I remember I was in a Uber with my friend, with one of my besties that live in Dallas. And we were talking to the Uber driver, and I remember he was saying how he only liked virgins. I only like virgins. I only want a virgin. I don't want a woman if she's not a virgin. It's 2024. How often are you going to find a grown adult woman? Once again, the Uber driver had to be in his 30s. How often are you going to find a grown adult woman that's a virgin? I'll wait. In 2024, I'm ashy. Don't look at my ankles if y'all can see it. How often are you going to find a grown adult woman in 2024 that's a virgin? It is very unlikely. So who is it that these men are trying to get? Who they trying to get? If you only want to sleep with women that's a virgin, once you sleep with them, they not a virgin anymore. So then who you getting? You a virgin? I love that for you, Layla. But that's rare. And y'all know my rule of thumb over here. It is always majority rules. That's rare. It's that you are you're giving a unicorn. Little girls, exactly. Thank you. Somebody hit the nail on the head. Thank you. Little girls. Grown women in 2024, it is very rare for a 30 something year old man or a 40 something year old man to find a grown woman that has less than 5 bodies and that's a virgin. And then a lot of these men also say they don't want single mothers. They don't like women that have children. And you could, if you are going to find a woman that has a small, like 2 or 3 bodies, and she's like in her 30s or 40s, chances are she was married. And if she was, chances are she might have children. So the whole logic behind it is that they want teenagers and little girls. Speaking of, there's this 19-year-old Latina that's been going viral on TikTok. Her baby daddy, like she had a gender reveal or baby shower, and her baby daddy looked old as hell. He's like 45, but he looks older than that. So he probably is older than that. And she's just saying he's 45 because he's probably 55. And she said she was talking to him for a long time before they actually got together. And she's 19. She's claiming that her baby daddy is 45. But I wish I had a picture and I could show y'all. This man looks washed, bare gut, no hairline around the corner. Look like he smelled like cigarettes and Budweiser. And she's been talking to him for a while, and you're only 19? Sweetheart, you were groomed. You were groomed. What on earth does a 45-year-old man have in common with a 19-year-old? This girl is legit younger than your daughter. Like, you damn near could be her grandfather at this point. You just want to manipulate her and you want to groom her and you want to use her and you want to create a little cute little pet, a cute little slave. Because there's nothing that a 45, 47-year-old man in real life have in common with a 19-year-old. What do y'all even talk about? And another thing is a lot of men are very immature and they have arrested development, yet they claim that they're high value and they're this and they're that, but they want to go after young girls and little kids because they can't relate to nobody their age. And younger women have to ask themselves why. When I was a teenager, I told y'all this. I met a man that was like 30 something years old. He met me outside of my high school, and I was 17 when I met him. I didn't know exactly how old he was until after I turned 18. And even still, I think he was lying to me. He told me he was 32. And I think he was older than that. This man had trucks, like, he had trucking companies. He owned brownstones in Brooklyn. I'm from Bedside in Brownsville, the bad parts. He was well off. And he was attractive, but he was too old for me. Like I felt like a little kid, and he loved that. He wanted to, and this is the guy that used to always tell me, nobody's gonna want you after you're 25. You need to just marry me right now. We need to just be together because once you turn 25, nobody's gonna want you. He always said that to me. And then now, fast forward, I'm well over 25. I'm in my 30s. I'm beautiful. People love me. People still asking to marry me and be with me. And younger men are going hard. Like, I don't have an issue when it comes to the opposite sex, but this grown man was telling me that because he wanted to mold me. He wanted me to be his little submissive little pet slave. That's what they do. Why would you tell a woman that her worth is over when she's 25? I didn't even realize it when I was younger that I was around. I've been around red pill and manosphere men. I just didn't know it because I was a kid. I was a kid. And he would hire me and my friends to bartend at his events and his parties and stuff. And his friends would be trying to talk to my friends. And we were little girls, 18 years old, talking to men in their 30s. What the fuck? I can't even remember what we used to talk about. Like I just feel like he used to, because I used to model. Like I've always modeled. I always was singing. Like this, I didn't just wake up one day and just be this person. Like I was always doing photo shoots. Like I was always like I was always in entertainment. So he would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy you a camera, but we gotta be together," or like, "I'm gonna invest in you, but you gotta come and live with me." Like he legit was trying to get me to leave my family and like start fully living with him. And around that time, that's not the only grown man that I was talking to. And it's easy to say, "Oh, you was fast," or this and that. I didn't know any better. When I was 18, the word pedo, that was not a prevalent term. We would just say, "Oh, this is an older man, like a dirty older man, or like an older man with money." That's how we looked at it. And people would love to just say that I was fast or that I was grown, but I was a kid. And you see how the narrative will be flipped. It would never be on the man. Like, why the fuck is this grown ass man out of high school trying to pick up little girls? Instead of that is why you was talking to this grown ass man. And that is where the logic is flawed and where the fucking issue lies. And why a lot of women suffer in silence. We have been abused, we've been utterly fucking traumatized, and we don't talk about it because it's always our fault. The perpetrator, the victimizer, the villain never ever fucking gets blamed. There's never any justice. Even when you go to the police, there's still hardly any justice. Thank you, Wally, for the super sticker. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. They said the same because I had a big butt. Yeah. And I would always get, you know, in trouble because the older men would be looking at me like, oh, why she out here wearing that? And it's like, no, y'all are grown ass men. I'm clearly like a teenager. Why are you looking at me? You need to control yourself. Like, granted, I do believe in, keeping yourself safe and doing what it is that you can do to, not put yourself in harm's way. So I'm not saying walk outside any old type of way at any old type of night and any old type of environment. However, the reason why we have to be so on guard is because of predatory men. And I just don't think that we talk enough about predatory men without being shamed, shut down, and blamed. And it's really disheartening and it's sad because, like I said, so many women just suffer in silence. So many children just suffer in silence. Like, even a child, you'll tell a little girl, you being a fast ass little girl, she's fucking 10 years old. She's 10. Just because, even if her body is starting to develop, she's fucking a little girl. Why is a grown man looking at a little girl? You know how many grown men used to be telling the people around me, oh my, she gonna be bad when she get older. Oh my fucking God, when she grow up. Like, why are you even looking at me like that, period? I'm a fucking child. And because of how we grow up and because of the conditioning that we've undergone in this community, we don't even realize that certain things are predatory and grooming tactics. Like telling a 15-year-old she's going to be fucking bad when she gets older. Why are you telling her that? So once she turns 18, you're going to be there sniffing behind her. And I've experienced this. And a lot of people would just like to have said that I was just grown and I was fast and I was hot in the ass and I was smelling my ass and never ever wondering about the grown ass men that used to legit stalk me, harass me, follow me, accost me. I've been through some of everything. Like, I could tell you some motherfucking stories, okay? So the whole modesty, the whole how many body count, a woman doesn't sleep with herself. Men should why aren't men encouraged to not just be sleeping around with anybody, or to not lead young girls on, to not take advantage of the fact that they're a cute guy and just sleep with girls that just wants love and attention when they have no intentions on being with her. Like, why is that never ever the conversation? Subscribe to me if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button. There's three dots at the top of the screen. On the right, press it and hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I know I have an automatic response of back fisting people who tap my shoulder. Is your shirt backwards or is it the designs? I have it on this way. Like the dress code for schools is sexist. That's true too. Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, we couldn't have our shoulders out. Like, we couldn't wear a tank top because it would distract the boys. You couldn't wear a skirt, because it would distract the boys, which I do feel like when you're a certain age, there's an appropriate and inappropriate way to dress. I get that. When I was younger, I didn't understand because I just wanted to wear stuff that I thought was cute. I wanted to be like Beyonce. I wasn't thinking about trying to have no boy looking at me. I thought I was a celebrity. Like, I was dressing for fashion purposes. I thought things was fly. It wasn't just, oh, I'm just trying to show my body off all the time. Like, no, I thought certain stuff was fly and I wanted to wear stuff that I thought was cool. But it's always, don't provoke the boy. Don't entice the boy. Watch out for the boys. Oh, that's just boys' nature. That's just how the boys act. Boys gonna be boys. And I'm just so over this narrative, like, when do we hold men accountable? When do we hold the boys accountable? When do we call it out? My skin is starting to act up. Gotta do a detox. Unfortunate. We had to wear uniforms my senior year. For real. Like, I just honestly, the whole like modesty thing is just so ironic. Because even like I said, and I have to keep saying it, children that are flat chested experience SA. People that are dressed in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 40s, and the 30s, we were dressing like flappers. We were wearing dresses down to our ankles and still experiencing grape and SA. So, what's the common denominator for that type of behavior? It's not what a woman is wearing, it's the fact that we always blame it on what a woman is wearing instead of course correcting men's behavior. We give them the excuse of, oh, well, she shouldn't have been wearing it. She shouldn't have been doing this. She shouldn't have been over here. She shouldn't have been over there. I also saw this video where this girl, they were, I think, in the fourth grade. I want to say 9 or 10, and a parent was speaking out about the girl being essayed by a male student on a trip to the beach and how the teachers tried to cover it up. Do you know what they did? They made the little girl sit down with the little boy while the little boy apologized to her. And that was his punishment. Oh, well, he apologized. That is telling that child and any other child that sees that situation, all I got to do is just say sorry. I could go and victimize all of these girls, touch them inappropriately, say inappropriate things, and all I got to do is just say sorry. And the teachers in question were women. Women. Nah, fix your shirt. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Don't tell me what to do. I'd prefer it this way than to have cleavage because y'all don't know how to act. Your shirt is backwards. And it looks cool, so shut up. Anyways, um yeah, I just think it's an ironic thing. Like, a woman can't have a certain body count, but men could sleep all over the world. And this is not me encouraging women to sleep all over the world because I'm not the type of woman that likes to sleep all over the world. I'm not. However, a lot of men don't want women to have a high body count because they don't want to have to measure up. They don't want you to have a lot to compare them to. A lot of men can't are not good in bed. So if you have more experience than what they would want you to, then that intimidates them. But then men will also say they want a freak in the sheets. How do you think a woman learns how to be good at sex if she's not having any? None of it makes sense. It's a lot of contradicting things going on. They are intimidated. Exactly. I personally would have wanted a man with a high body count. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not mad that you don't want a high body count. I just think, like, certain people, if you're saying you don't want a woman with over five bodies and she's 30, 40, I mean, why does it matter? As long as she's not out sleeping around and hoeing around while y'all in a relationship, as long as she's clean, you know, why do you care? And I feel like they do that because that is another excuse to fuck with little kids. We don't want used. Look at this. Disgusting. Disgusting. I don't promote hypersexuality, but a healthy sex life is good. Yes, I'm not one to say sleep around. I'm really not, but I don't think that it matters. Like, oh, why would you even ask what's your body count? Like, I think that's stupid. I'm not asking nobody what their body count is. We grown ass people. Why does it matter? As long as your fucking dick ain't burning, you're not gonna bring me back to HIV. I don't care about like, and you not sleeping around while we together. People really ask that. Yeah, well, I've seen a guy on a, they talk about these things on a podcast. Y'all already know. They be talking about these things on a podcast. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, some people who I support get weird comments from grown ass men when they are like kids 11 to 17. I've heard people talk about things they saw on the dark web. Like, I've never been over there and never will go over there, but legit stuff with children. I mean, we don't even got to do the dark web. We see every day there's men being busted for having kitty corn, and these kids don't have nobody, ain't got nothing to over sexualize. Your chest is, it's crazy. It really is. The only thing we could do as women is protect ourselves as much as we can, disengage as much as we can, and just stay out the way, because it's like you damned if you do and damned if you don't. LJ, they say a woman lost value more the more men we entertain than say we get our value by being desired by men through marriage. Contradiction. Exactly. You have to be careful who you trust. People low key have interest in that weird ish. You never know. Hit the like button. We're almost at 16. I was at 16K earlier, but I feel like two people unfollowed me. So we're probably back up to 16K right now. We there. I feel like a lot of problems happen because we're so divided. Like, I think some concerns you said with the SA stuff is valid, but dudes also get SA'd, and there's no platform to talk about those things. So you should create a platform to talk about men getting SA'd. And y'all not gonna like this, but we have to be real. Men, majority of the time, are getting SA'd by other men. So the common denominator is still men, babe. It's still men. Yes, there are some cases where women essay young men, young kids, but it's not as prevalent, nor is it as common as men getting essayed by other men. So the common denominator is still men. It's still men. It is still men. Like, I don't understand why. Like, that continues to go over you all's head. Men be going bold and fighting ED and still think they're superior when it takes them 2 hours to be able to go for round two. Oh, that part. I talk about that all the time. Why did you choose that shirt? Speaking of over sexualized, you are worth more. You see what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with what I'm wearing. I could wear whatever I want to wear. I'm a grown woman. If you cannot control yourself, then that's a you thing. I'm covered up. And I honestly wore this the opposite way because I had cleavage, and I'm like, people are too immature on this internet from time to time. So sometimes I just, feel like as long as we separate ourselves as men and women and not humanity as a collective, exactly, that's unfair. What's unfair? Saying that men get essayed by men way more than they ever have been essayed by other women? That's true. Statistically, that is true. You cannot get up here and try to twist the truth to suit your narrative and for convenience purposes. You have the manosphere to discuss these things like essay they claim to be men advocates. She's awesome no matter what. Thank you. What about the good men in the world? Are they all gone? No one ever said that good men are all gone. However, I'm a majority rules type of woman, and majority rules is that uh, there are too many women that have experienced DV or SA for there to be more good men in the world than they are the latter. And that's all I'll say. Men create all these types of problems and blame women because they don't want to actually do the work. That part, yes, they can get essay by women, but it's rarer. Exactly. And that's it. That's all. I've never said that it doesn't happen. I will never sit up here and pretend like women aren't predatory or women don't commit crimes, because that would be a lie. However, majority of those types of crimes, majority of crime committed, period, is committed by a man. Like, I don't know what else y'all want me to say. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I'm just not. Sometimes men are falsely accused. We could say that too. That happens. Sometimes men are falsely accused as well. However, so the majority of men are doing these things. I'm so sick of men and women policing what we wear, hair, makeup, getting on my nerves. That part, my phone is almost dead. Majority of men I will say this. Majority of men has done something inappropriate toward the same or opposite sex. Yes. People don't always report crimes. And I'm not saying like penetrating, full on penetrating, but rubbing up against someone inappropriately, touching someone inappropriately. Yes. Yes. A lot of men are DL. That's true too. More often than not, black women don't report. And I am a black woman that did not report crimes that were committed against me by someone that I was in a relationship with and by someone that I was dating. But then I also did report a couple of things. Same. Because we don't want to add to the bring a black man down or lock a black man up. Like we were bred to constantly put black men above us, the black male worship, to constantly try to coddle and protect the black man's image. It's a real thing. Nobody wants to be honest about it because it's a hard pill to swallow. Do you know how many of us, and this happens in the Latina community, this happens all over, but I could solely speak from my lived experience and the lived experience of the women that look directly like me. And there's so many. Child, statistics will never ever show how many of us have been inappropriately handled, just straight up raped, molested, groped, harassed, beat up. Child, I'm not criticizing. I'm 60. I've been there now. I know we aren't heard clearly because of these little choices. I appreciate your willingness to put yourself out there, but it distracts your message. What distracts my message? My tank top? If this distracts my message, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you if that's what you're talking about. If you're distracted by this tank top, then I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. Males crying for attention, yet literally my friend's sister was, oh my God, I feel so sorry about that, SM. I'll donate 20 if you, I don't know what you're talking about. Then why do black women get mad when they see me with a white woman? Nobody gets mad, babe. It's all in your head. You're delusional, right? Treat us like garbage juice, but then want us to put them on a pedestal. Damn, mama, give me some. You're delusional. And I'm glad you spoke about this. You brought that up too, because a lot of, and I've seen like this, these women are starting to talk about that because a lot of you all, you get with clear women and y'all think we give a fuck when we really don't give a fuck. A lot of y'all are, not a, we don't care. Like, go over there, go to people that you feel is going to be better for you. The very women that lied on you for centuries, that got your villages burned to a crisp, that has a lot of y'all locked up, that will cry and scream to the police if she needed to. Go over to those women if you think they're better, which is crazy to me because they give birth to the very men that you feel has oppressed you, has disenfranchised you, has been racist toward you, will pow you down in the street. Those are their mothers. Those women give birth to those men. Not all, not all, not all, but those are their mothers. So the man that's oppressing you, that legit looked at you as one fourth of a person, or was it three-fourths of a person? Treated you like human cattle. You think their mothers will love you and treat you better? Go for it. We don't give a fuck. I see y'all walking out with them and y'all stare me the fuck down to the ground because you want me to react. And I've seen other women give this same account. So I'm not the only one that experienced this. Y'all act mad weird when y'all be out in public with them because y'all want us to care when we don't. Whenever I see an interracial couple like that, I don't even look. I don't pay y'all no mind. And y'all stare me down to the fucking ground. Down, stare, look. Like, oh, there go a black bitch. Does she see me? Do she see me with the Claire? Do she see me with Beckisha? Do she see me? We don't give a damn. Go on about your business. Live your life. Live your life. I seen this video of a man. I think it was on Kendra G's channel, and Kendra was asking the man, what he looked for in a woman, and he was saying he don't want no clear women because he was married to one for years and years and years. And you know what happened? She got mad at that man, and at the dinner table with his two children present, she called him a nigga. With a hard ER. With a hard ER. You're still a nigga. With a hard ER. She's gonna always have clear skin above you. It just is what it is. If that's what you want, go for it. I don't care. It does not make me feel bad. Because guess what? If I want to be with a clear man, I'm gonna do it. And who gonna tell me what to do? I don't give a fuck. We do not get mad when we see y'all. It's all in your head. Y'all are delusional. We'll never get to the truth as long as we only hold our own perspectives to be the highest truth. Everyone does, but we see the essence of why things happen. We're gonna keep segregating. So he feels he has nothing to offer her. Big cat, perfect name, what a crazy lie. Not true. It's the opposition. They miss us black women. Be happy with your white woman. And there's another black guy. There's some racy stuff going on in 2012. Another black guy on TikTok that has gone viral because he was with a clear woman, and she turned out to be a meth addict, and they had a daughter together, and she called the popo and got him locked up. Lying, well, according to him, she lied and cried and screamed and make it seem like he was beating her down to the ground, and that wasn't true. He gave another story about how she was pulling out knives on him and trying to, you know, poke him up with the pokey. Yet y'all swear these women are so submissive, docile, sweet, and it's a fucking lie. We are all under a glamour spell when it comes to other people. It's magic. It's the best magic trick to date, to think that those women are better, that they're so sweet and they don't do nothing and they all just come in peace. It is a magic trick. It is magic because at the end of the day, a woman that directly relates to you will have your best interest at heart way faster than someone else. And y'all seen it time and time again. But y'all choose to lie and be fucking scammy and just get out here and lie. I don't know what that's about, but it's a magic. Y'all are under some heavy glamour magic. But that ain't got nothing to do. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. And a lot of us are. We done, baby. We are not our aunties and our grandmothers and them. We don't care. We didn't burn the capes. Thank you, self helper. If we're under a glamour spell, how can you tell the other dude delusional? How you know you're not under a spell to understand it's true, baby? Because I'm a spiritual person. I'm more alert. I'm I know what's going on a little more than the average person. I'll just say that. Not I'm distracted. Men are forced on body and treatment women cheaply. So just planting a seed for you. Our image, our outward appearance is the first thing they see and feel justified in treatment. Alyssa, I understand what you're saying. However, that is so flawed and it is archaic. And it is about time that we change that narrative instead of saying, oh, men are going to treat you this way. How about we choose men how to treat everybody with respect so long as they're not being disrespected? There's men that's beating women's asses up and down the street, and people saying, well, what she said, what she did. I wouldn't give a fuck what she said. Men need to learn how to control themselves. Work on controlling your emotions. This is why I did a live and I said men are way more emotional than women because anger is an emotion. Rage, that's an emotion that doesn't get enough credit. So because I yelled at a man, that gives him right to knock me the fuck out. We have to stop that. And what about children that are raped in SA? They don't have any of what I have. And there's children being sex trafficked right now as we're sitting here doing this live. Babies. Babies. So I don't want to hear about what you're wearing. I don't give a fuck about that, respectfully. I don't give a fuck about that. We have to stop this. It's a sickness. We have to fucking stop this. We have to stop. We have to. It does not matter. I could be up here. I was up here with a t-shirt and people was in a legit. I was up here with a t-shirt. Y'all see me. Y'all watch me. My love bugs watch. Be up here with a t-shirt. And men still make crude and disgusting remarks. So it does not fucking matter. It doesn't. And it shouldn't. A person needs to learn how to control themselves. It's a fucking sickness, and I'm over it. I get it. Yes. Don't walk around. I get it. However, the conversation shouldn't be what a woman is wearing. It should be the men that cannot control themselves. I'm over it. I'm just so fucking over this. I really am. When will there ever come a time when women aren't blamed for men's behavior? Will there ever be a time when a woman, no matter what she's wearing, could fully feel safe walking past a group of men? Yeah. What's up, PJ? She not lying. She's always ridiculed for her body. Keep moving forward, LJ. Thank you, PJ. While other race women can wear what they want, they're beautiful except black women. This is true, bus one. It's because of my body type. If I had little A cup breasts, it wouldn't be offensive. It's because I'm curvy and I have darker skin. And we are programmed to see my skin tone as promiscuous and overtly sexual. It just is what it is. We've been sexualized. When in reality, melanin rich women have been painted out to be the biggest fucking whores humanity has ever seen. And that cannot be the fucking furthest from the truth. I've had Caucasian friends. The first clear girl I was friends with, I was 17 years old. I was working at Zara on Fifth Avenue. She was from San Francisco. This bitch was a fucking whore. A whore with a pencil skirt. A whore. First of all, black girls are stush. We don't even go around sucking dick like that. Other races of women be giving fucking head in a staircase. Will let a motherfuckers gangbang them and get up, and they're still revered in society. They still get grace. Who is the face of Cornhub? It's not me, baby. You gotta search up Ebony Black. You gotta search up to find me when you go on these sites. Who's the face of sex workers? It's a fucking spell, y'all. Wake up. How is it that I inherently am a whore, a hoe, a prostitute? But these women enact these types of things. They're legit the corn stars of the world. You don't ever hear anybody telling them they hoes, they this, they a ratchet bitch. You don't ever. It's just it's a y'all. We really are under a spell. We really are. It's a sickness at this point. We gotta wake the fuck up. It's a lie. It's bizarro. All of the things that we've heard about ourselves, flip and reverse that shit. That whole inferior, they superior. It's a scam. It's the reverse. We are living in an upside down society. We are living in an upside down world. We really are the fucking docile, nurturing kind, will do anything for a nigga. That's us. Y'all, it's a scam. Oh my God. Talk about virtue. The black girls ain't even, we're just now starting to be pushed into the whole overly sexualized image. And even still, in real life, a lot of us is not eating niggas' asses and getting fucked anally and giving everybody head. A lot of us are not like that. The white girls are. It's the white women. I know white women. I know clear women. And I'm not saying every clear woman is a hoe, but a clear woman is more prone to being a fucking whore than me. It's just because of how I look in propaganda and in the way society is trying to portray me. In real life, Bitch, I'm grounding. I'm barefoot in nature. This is what a lot of us are like in real life. Do we twerk sometimes? Absolutely. We're herbalists. We read books. We go to yoga. We drinking green juice and smoothies. We're in school. We're starting businesses. We're doing content. We're trying to uplift each other. We're on healing journeys. Thank you, self helper. Thank you, baby. Thank you, blessed one. Thank y'all. Yes, Love Jones. You better tell the truth. Thank y'all so much for the super chats. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. It's just not fair that they want to keep pushing this narrative that all of us are just whores and aggressive and mean and angry. A majority of black women I know are fucking kind. They will cook for you. If you are sick, they will make you a soup. They will go to the store and make you a care package. They trying to help in any way that they can. They will pull together and help you with your children. When they say it takes a village to raise kids, who you think the village is? Who do you think the village is? It's not men. Excuse me. It is cultural, and it also helps your pelvic floor. Do we twerk sometimes? We do. Yeah. It's natural. If your body naturally goes into a certain stance, then it's a natural occurrence. We get demonized for being ourselves. Yet people co-opt our image. They rage farm. They do things to try to be like us and they get praised for it. The title doesn't say a lot. The problem is we have too many people in our ears. Everything you're saying about black women is true, but the problem is we are these narratives. You mean where these narratives come from and who was affected? Y'all know I don't have my readers on, so yes. And this is why we have to continue to do what we're doing. And it's unfortunate because who is supposed to be our biggest ally and lots of times is our biggest op? Men, black men. They get up here and talk shit about us. Some black men do talk nicely and they do uplift us and they do help, but majority all they do is just spew venom about us day in and day out. And they have a real issue with the way society is set up. They don't like the fact that you need money to live because a lot of them are not making enough money to support a whole family, so they blame women. When we didn't create this system, we didn't create this system. We didn't never say who came up with a man as the head of the household. A man came up with that. A man came up with this whole entire system. And black men are mad at us because we all live in a system. The thing is, they didn't create the system. And instead of trying to create a system, they just laid down and take it and took it. And then now they blame us. When at the end of the day, I didn't come up with the concept that a man was the head of the household. I didn't come up with a concept that, women were supposed to be submissive and I didn't come up with that. Men came up with that. I didn't create money. Men created that. And now the men that aren't measuring up by societal standards or that don't feel like they can, they punch down and they blame women instead of rising to the occasion. A lot of men do rise to the occasion, but a lot of men also don't rise to the occasion. I don't think anyone is blaming women. Oh my God, Corey, a lot of people, you're not on the internet? You must not be on the internet because men are blaming women for everything. They blame women for having them. They demonize single mothers. Men blame women for everything. They blame women for raising men that don't level up. They blame women for not choosing better. Women are blamed for everything. Women are always blamed for the shortcomings of men. Women are blamed for being abused by men. What? Be great, love, run in men's pockets. I don't know what you're talking about. They say we're too aggressive when that's not the furthest from the truth. Like, and I always be asking, like, y'all don't see Karen culture? Y'all don't see how those women act? They call the police on you. They lie. They scream and make it seem like y'all done hit them. They're nosy. They're way aggressive. They always invading your personal space. They don't know boundaries. And those women are soft and docile and submissive. It's a magic trick. It's a spell. Because I don't understand how you could see clear as day how a group of people operate. It's just like black men being portrayed as the thugs and the scary guys in society when we know who legit burned down cities, burned down villages, raped women and children, fucked up the whole universe, polluted the oceans. We know who's doing all of that. Yet it's a magic trick. They get on the television screen and they always show you all as the big bad wolf when it's really them. The difference is, whoever said that earlier, I think it was a millennial person, I don't know. We as women didn't feed into those narratives about y'all. We always fought against it and we still believed in y'all. We still showed up for y'all. But y'all motherfuckers is basically selling us out and sailing us down a motherfucking river with the shit that y'all get on the internet and say. It is not okay for y'all to do that. And then when we react, because all of this is reactionary. Women did not start this. Women didn't start having these conversations about dating. We didn't start this. We're reacting. This is all reactionary. And we don't have a choice but to disengage and to figure out ways to move forward. Love Jones, don't worry, it's one of your followers that's mad. I keep talking to you, not her. Understanding humans better psychologically, studying the ones who we know aren't in order without judgment to understand why they became that way, then changing society to it's men need to change. That's it. Men created society the way that it is and societal structures. Men have to change it. That's it. Clear men do a great job at representing clear women. They have equal representation, they have diverse representation because clear men own industries, they own media. Like I said, clear women are the ones that's doing all of the corn videos. Legit, they're the face of it. Yet we get looked at as a whore in society. But it's because they also are playing superheroes in movies. They're playing the damsel. They're playing the stay-at-home mom. They're playing the lawyer. And it's because their men set up industries for them to flourish and to thrive. Our men get on the internet and talk about us like a dog in the fucking street. And go and get the men that's abusing, oppressing them, they go and get their daughters because they feel like their daughters are better. Make it make the fuck sense. It don't make no sense. It don't I don't get it, but I guess it ain't for me to get. What's up, Quaisha? Are you saying that you've never done wrong? No. Why would I say that? I'm not saying that. And this is the problem. Y'all are always pivoting and deflecting. I legit just got up here and said, of course, women have essayed. Of course, women have been predatory toward children, but that's not the majority. Y'all just love to pivot and deflect. That's why we're in this situation because of men. Yes. We live in a patriarchal society. Who's running shit? Men. 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 So men need to grab their fucking balls, stop being a pussy hole, and do something to better their communities. The fuck? Instead of worrying about what the fuck a woman is doing, men need to get together as a collective and improve their communities. You're so blind, you don't even see your own power. I do see my own power, and this is why I am curating a platform specifically for women by a woman. This is a woman's space. I'm allowing you to be here right now. But we live in a patriarchal society. Is that true or false? True or false? Is this not a patriarchal society? True or false? True or false? Is it not a patriarchal society? True or false? I'm focusing on men as it pertains to women. Duh. This is false. John said false. This is not a patriarchal society. Y'all gonna get up here and lie. Y'all gonna get up here and lie like a fucking Persian rug. That's one thing y'all gonna do is lie your asses off. Women are powerful, but when these black men get left behind, don't say anything. It's what you choose. You're participating just as much as we are. Do I have a choice in the matter? I don't have a choice. I have to be in society. I have to be in society. Don't blame men for your lack of progress. John, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you even talking about? Who is even talking about that? If you're good enough, you'll get there. What? That's the belief you're holding. All the greatest limit hermits are spiritualists, all lived alone and renounced society and the world. Pivot and deflect. Lack of progress. Even Taylor Swift has been affected by sexism. You could be the most successful woman. That part. Well, I'm about to go. You're speaking the truth, and I appreciate you for making a safe space for women. Sending you love, Disco. If you're a victim, you'll need people to feel sorry for you because you feel. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm blocking you. You're getting on my nerves because you're just coming up in here with being stupid. I don't have time. I feel like body count shouldn't matter if you really love someone as long as they don't have a disease. I agree. All right. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you have not already subscribed. Subscribe, subscribe. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Show up as her, be heard. Don't let nobody play in your face. You are the prize. Life is a movie and you're starring in it. The world is a stage and you are at the center of it. You got this, okay? You can do it. And don't let people lie to you. And work every day to break the spell. Don't believe what people have tried to say about melanin rich women or women in general. It doesn't matter what you wear. We need to start holding men accountable. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.